Hello Scorpio, this is EJ with EJ Star Tarot with your reading from April 22 to 26, 2020. We have the Tower, and the Tower talks about, a collapse of a stable structure, right? Not feeling secure, not feeling that stability. It's also about a release, but it also talks about a sudden insight and changes and going with the changes. This could be arguments. This could be something that you're disliking. This could be relationships coming to an end, a divorce, a bankruptcy. Sometimes the Tower comes in and just shakes our foundation to give us a wake-up call. Now let's go ahead and see how that relates to you, Scorpio. Spirit messages do we have for Scorpio? Because the Tower, when it comes in, it could be a bad change or a good change. It just depends on the supporting cards. And we're going to see what happens for you, okay? What else? Spirit do we have for Scorpio? We have 22 to 26, 2020. What do they need to know? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords. There is some disappointments here. Feeling, a little heartbroken about something. Betrayal. Feeling miserable, right? There could be a divorce. There could be a separation. There could be mistrust. Something that or maybe something that you're just not happy with at this time, right? And maybe it could be about what is going on in the world and how that's affected you. What else, Spirit? What else do we have for Scorpio? April 20 to the 26, 2020, please. What else do we have for Scorpio? So cards are coming out, but they're flipped down, so we don't take those. And because it was a chunk, like half the deck almost, we're not going to take those. Okay, so we have the Hangman that talks about waiting on a decision or a decision that needs to be made. When the Hangman comes out, with the Tower here, it's kind of like the Hangman is also about surrender. And the Tower that talks about going with the changes, right? So surrendering so that you're enlightened and you see things from a different perspective. So that you let go of the old way of thinking and believing and seeing things and doing things, right? Because nothing's going to happen until you make the change, until you go with the change, right? So really focusing on the facts so that the transition can happen here. And even though you may not like that transition, and maybe it's just however this relates to you, yeah, we have the Death card that says something needs to change, something needs to end. Right, so transformation can happen. Whether it's how you're thinking, believing, or handling things, or what you may be holding on to, it talks about that you need to change. Things need to happen so that you can have a blessing. Some of you could just be in a depression, just feeling really low at this point, right? And that needs to stop. You need to surrender to the change. There is nothing, if you're like, because of the situation that's going on and it's affecting your life, you can't change that, right? That's the one thing we can't change. But we can change how we handle things, how we see things, and how we deal with things, okay? So that's what we can change. What we can't change, let me get the card that fell. Yeah, see, we talk about the Four of Swords that talks about that we need to probably take some time out, right, and rest and clear our mind and thoughts so that we can surrender and go with these changes so transition can happen, because you don't know. There could be a blessing in disguise at the end of this all, right? And you're just not seeing that at this point because we're holding on to the disappointment of whatever the situation is, or we're feeling down because of the situation, right? And so we're not going to see things in a positive way because of the negative that's around, right? Now we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is good, okay? So this is what I'm seeing with these two cards because of where it falls. When you kind of take this time out to rest and make the best choices, then you're going to be really busy in a positive way. And right now you can't see that, right? You can't see this. You may even be getting some kind of news that you were hoping for, and it's going to keep you busy. And then I see you really surrendering and going with the changes in a positive way. But I feel like you start out and you're just like at the peak of the low, but then you move to the with the changes, and then you're busy with that. But let's go ahead and clarify, okay? Because I do feel like, you know, even though I don't see like really hardcore misery, I just kind of feel like, again, it's just, it could be what's going on in the world, and now you're just like, well, you know what, I have to go with these changes, and then you're busy because you went with these changes, okay? Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, and Guardian Angels, Cloud Matters, reading for Scorpio, April 20 to 26, 2020. I want to say thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes, and I greatly appreciate those who have become members of my channel. I greatly appreciate that. Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, and Guardian Angels, Cloud Matters, reading for Scorpio, April 20 to 26, 2020, please. Why is this Three of Swords here? Three of Swords here for Scorpio. Why is this Three of Swords here for Scorpio? And I don't get the sense of I don't get the sense of a disappointment as far as relationship. I kind of just feel the way things are. But let's see. I don't mean, well, I don't know. I don't want to say like relationship. Relationship could be a disappointment with the outcome of a job situation. You know, you're kind of feeling the world, disappointed about what's going on in the world, feeling like there's a heavy burden, feeling like the world is on top of your shoulders rather than you on top of the world, right? I feel like that's going to change, though. The Tower. Clarify the Tower, please, for Scorpio. The Tower. So, yeah, you kind of want to sneak away here, right, with the Seven of Swords. And it's like, okay, I'm irritated now. I'm really irritated what's going on. You're not trusting the situation, right? Things have not gone as you anticipated. But I feel like, again, I don't feel heavy energy here, but I do feel like that's just going to change. That's going to change. The Hangman, why is that here for Scorpio? The Hangman. Why is this Hangman here for Scorpio? This Hangman, why is this here? So you could be waiting on a decision about something because we have this Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. And again, I did sense that there was going to be some kind of change, right? And I didn't sense heavy energy. I just kind of felt like this is a moment, right? Now, you could be waiting on a decision. You're starting to see things from a different perspective, seeing the new path, the new journey ahead of you, right? With this Ace of Pentacles being here, this talks about opportunities coming your way, right? Having clarity of your life purpose, having clarity on this journey that you're on the direction that you want to go in, and starting to feel a little bit more optimistic about it. This also could be a new opportunity coming your way that gives you a change, right? And again, we talk about changes here. We talk about there's a lot of changes. And I sense that there is a new journey that's coming your way, and you're just like, okay, I see what I have to do, and I need to follow this path. I need to follow this. I need to be a little bit more optimistic about it. And I sense that here, okay? So maybe you're going to have a new career, a new job, or maybe a new opportunity that comes your way. There's a lot of changes, and you're going to be busy in a positive way. Let's clarify the Death card, please, for Scorpio. Let's clarify the Death card for Scorpio. Why is this here? Yes, the Knight of Pentacles. So there is definitely going to be some changes. And it might feel really slow to you, right? It might feel really slow to you. But I see that things are going to start to move in another direction. Things are going to start to come to fruition for you. And then I see there's progress. There's going to be a lot of progress. But I do feel like, again, it's a card of not blowing things out of proportion, small things out of proportion. And this is probably where you're feeling that, disappointment and irritation with what's going on because of what's going on in the world. You're just like, all right, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I want something new. I need to move now. You know what I mean? It's like you want progress. And that's kind of what I'm sensing here. This Four of Swords. Why is this here? This Four of Swords. Why is this here for Scorpio? Clarify the Four of Swords for Scorpio. What is this here? Four of Swords for Scorpio. Four of Swords. What is this here? I do have that in the end of a troubled situation. I do see that there is an end to that. So if there has been something that's been bothering you, that's, you know, that's about to change. And I see that you're going to be enlightened here. You know, I do see it. So that's why I said I don't see heavy energy here. It's just the, you know, how we get a day of, or an hour of just being in our moment. That's kind of what I'm sensing here, Scorpio. Nothing too strong. Yeah, I see the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is almost up. You know, I want to give up. I'm tired. I'm done. You know, I'm over it. But you rest. You need to take out and rest. Maybe pray. Have faith. Because things are about to change in a really good way that's going to have you busy here. Okay, so I do see that. I see that there is going to be movement. There is going to be progress. And you are going to be busy. Let's clarify this Knight of Swords, please. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords for Scorpio. Clarify this Knight of Swords for Scorpio, please. Clarify this Knight of Swords for Scorpio. Why is this here? This Knight of Swords. Clarify that for Scorpio, please. Clarify this Knight of Swords for Scorpio. Why is this here? What is this Knight of Swords for Scorpio? Yes. Here we are. And I'm glad the Hermit card is here because the Hermit card talks about kind of pulling yourself to the side, right? And clearing your thoughts. And when you organize things well, right? When you plan things well, then you're busy in a very positive way and you're successful. And this is what this is saying. When you clear your thoughts, when you clear your mind and you plan things out, you're going to see that light and you're going to follow that light and be successful, right? Doing what's right after carefully planning things out and really, you know, contemplating. This is what I feel here. Really organizing and being productive. And because you did have the Four of Swords here, I really feel like you need to rest and clear your thoughts out. Kind of meditate if you meditate. And you're going to be able to see the direction that you need to go on here, right? Seeing that direction that is the purpose that you need to go in. And you're enlightened. And you're like, this is the path I need to follow. This is my journey. And I see you doing that. And again, I didn't sense any heavy energy here, Scorpio. I just kind of felt like you were just in the moment, just irritated and frustrated with what's going on and ready for progress, ready to move forward. And that's what I'm sensing here. I'm not sensing nothing as you know, really hard negative energy. I just feel like you're just like, I'm done already. I want to move forward on my journey. I want to be able to progress. And that's what I see here. I'm trying to see if we get any additional cards, but I am not getting any more. So I hope this reading is helpful to you. Be safe out there, and we will talk soon.